Let that cook for me. I'm going to blend this with the tomatoes so that the end result will be something puree-like. More tomatoes, some water to start up the blending. Up early, really early, and I'm having shots of kombucha. Breakfast. I'm on a little high carb kid. That's sugarless coffee, leftover minced meat,
and boiled maize. I boiled them myself.
Of course, I put a little beef tallow on the side, tallow cream for the skin to use. Now hii unatumia tu kidogo, and wakati unatumia mingi unaweka in the middle of the pan and then you rub it kwanza vizuri, because it takes time to dissolve more than the others, majorly because we don't add any other ingredient in this. This is pure organic beef tallow, so when you're using it, you're sure that you're using something straight from the cow. Yeah. So you're getting all the nutrients, you're getting all the vitamins you need. It has all the A, D, E, K vitamins that will revitalize your skin. Yeah, and it's a very good alternative for the other petroleum jellies. So you see how that worked really fast. So don't struggle with it. Usijaribu maybe compare na lotion. Don't compare it with the other brands of petroleum jellies that are out there, because this is pure organic, and when you're using it, use it as that. Yeah. Yes. So this is actually really magical. I love it. So you see, ukianza kuifanya hivi itakusumbua. So rub it in the palm first. Rub it in the palm. Feel nice. Then you can now add it on the skin, on your face, on whatever part of your body. This is not restricted. You can use it anywhere, even on your hair. Yeah. And also the reason why that portion of 330 ml is 700 shillings is because of the same reason. Ukitoa kidogo, you have a lot. This is a lot, because hata ukiekelea ka pizza is, you see how far it goes. Yeah, so this is really worth it, and for a major amount of time you'll have it, considering that price. So I'm supposed to go make my hair, but let me just mention something, because I read this in the morning and it's still fresh in my mind, so I'm thinking about it and it's firing up in my brain. So this story, antibiotics. So apparently every day we take a small portion of antibiotics through the food we eat, whether we like it or not, because when food is being when animals are being raised, when plants are being planted, all the time hizi vitu huwa zinatumiwa so that they can help grow these plants in a healthy way, zisipate magonjwa. Hadi fish in their tanks, the antibiotics are being added regularly to prevent diseases, probably. So as much as we are trying to prevent that, just know that there's a small portion you're taking every day. So for the people who are still on the inflammatory diet, wenye wamekataa kupunguza snacks, wenye wamekataa kupunguza carbs, wenye wamekataa kupunguza sukari, most of them are on antibiotics regularly because they get stomach infections, bacterial infections. You know yourselves, you get infections, you go to the hospital, unapewa antibiotics. So this is just a reminder that you're building resistance to antibiotics, and there's one time you will really need these antibiotics to work and they will not. So it's really good that you think about that right now. Try your best to go cut back on that inflammatory diet, so that unaona when you cut back on that inflammatory diet, they don't go to the hospital for antibiotics. I tell you that because I'm a witness. It worked for me. I used to get those infections regularly and I used to go for the antibiotics. But when I switched the diet, I stopped getting the infections. So that means I cut back on the antibiotics. And as much as, yes, I take a lot of animal food. So that's why I'm saying, when you're tunakula the animal food, we are still taking antibiotics, because these animals are being vaccinated almost regularly. So if you've not cut back, just know kuna hiyo ya unakula kwa food na kuna hii ya dawa. So that is going to be too much for you, and that is why probably you're heading in the direction where these pathogens will just be attacking your gut, unaona, because hata antibiotics zinaingianga zinaua both good and bad bacteria. And remember that we keep trying to tell you to have bigger number of good bacteria in your gut. So if you keep taking these antibiotics, that means you're keeping on cutting back on the good bacteria in your gut. So there is nothing protecting your lining. That is why you have gastritis. That is why you have inflamed gut. That is why you keep bloating, So it's really as simple as that. There's a lot of benefits that come from cutting back on the inflammatory diet. So if you've not done it yet, just try it. I promise you. Even when you start, there's this time I was explaining to someone why I can't take chapo. Yes, I nilionja. There's a time nilionja when after this period of January, February, of nilionja, yes. But when I'm explaining to someone why I can't eat chapo, it's because of how good I feel when I'm not eating this shit. You can't want to go back to being sick. You can't want to go back to taking antibiotics. You can't want to go back to those stomach aches, to all that bloating. Nobody wants to go back to all that shit. That's what I was explaining to someone, and I was telling them this is something that itakuwa inbuilt. You yourself utaamua chapo because I know how I feel after I eat it, and I know how I feel after eating something like sweet potatoes. I will feel good. I wouldn't even expect bloating. So yeah, that's how it works. This is the fastest I have ever been in this gym. Fastest. So here we have a lot of beef. This is what I'm going to use. So I'm just going to cook them like that whole first, and then I'll cut them later. I'm going to let it cook with black pepper and salt. Okay, I think it's fine. We are going to add garlic and ginger to boil in there with it. Okay, I have a lot of ingredients. I have red and yellow capsicum, onions, dania, nyanya, all organic ingredients. The ones then with your spices and black pepper na chumvi tu. Yeah, and then we it boil slowly. Yeah, so that we can have tender meat.
Just make yourself that.
Nikuke wili.
Kitu.
Naweza kupeleka. Sawa.
Haya.
Haya.